we're getting ready to get the heck out of the United States, and this is our last day in Nashville. And over the weekend we had a goodbye party and say goodbye to all of our friends. And then today is the last day my daughter's gonna see her best friend. Today's my last day here in my house. Tomorrow I leave for Bali indefinitely, and it just feels like very bittersweet, so surreal.
Americans are leaving the USA because they can't afford America anymore, making $100,000 a year, yet they feel suffocated financially because the price of things keep going up. They keep printing money and the wages ain't going up, all right? Matter of fact, there's job loss and there's cuts and all kinds of stuff going on. So once people leave that kind of environment and they go somewhere else and they realize life is supposed to be lived, it's supposed to be simple, it's supposed to be much more about enjoying your health and your family and your loved ones and your purpose and all of these things, rather than spending most of your life at work.
Yo, my husband and I have decided that we just can't do it anymore. We decided to break our lease early and to just leave the country as soon as possible. We're thinking Vietnam initially, then Thailand. Our plan so far is to work every single day until we get over there, to use Delta points to fly there, and to use Hilton points to be able to stay at least for free for the first 3 months. While I'm there, I plan on doing English teaching online to supplement income, but I do plan on having as much money saved as possible. Just need a mental break. At first, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to take a year siesta to get my life together and, get my mental health together. But honestly, it's just so stressful being here. We don't know how long we want to stay gone, but we do know that we're going to travel a few countries, and we want to stay gone at least 2 or 3 years now. We are literally going to turn our whole lives upside down in the next 6 months. So if y'all have any suggestions, please let us know, because at this point we're just winging it. We're just going to sell everything, leave, and just take it from there.
Our ancestors gave up everything to come to America, and we're going to be the generation that gives up everything to leave America. I know I'm not speaking for everybody, but I know a large percentage of people right now are at least exploring the idea of leaving America because it's just not working out for them here anymore.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking. When you saw this video, a lot of Americans are leaving the US for abroad, right? A lot of them are leaving the US. So many reasons. A lot of them have so many reasons why they have decided to move to other countries. I've seen different people making videos on how they left the US and why they left the US. Some of them actually talked about, how they feel depression, so much of depression, of feeling weighed down by all the policies that are being passed. Why some of them said the cost of living, the affordability, there's nothing you can afford in the US. You make so much and yet you can keep nothing, right? A lot of them really have so much to say about living in the US, which I'm just going to let some of the clips I've gathered for you guys to roll. Then I'll come back with the commentary. But first, let me know what you all think about today's video. Let me know, will you be leaving the US, or are you team we stay back here? What is the reason why you have not left, if at all you plan to leave? And if you have left already, why did you leave? I would love to hear that in the comment section. Share your thoughts with me in the comment. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, guys. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be part of the family. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. So let's go ahead and watch, then I'll come back with the commentary.
American citizens are voluntarily leaving America. How do I know this? I'm a real estate transaction coordinator. I've been a real estate transaction coordinator for about 15 years. I've owned my own business. It'll be 9 years in September. In the 9 years that I've owned my own business, I have closed over 7,000 real estate transactions. And I have never seen what I am seeing right now. Currently, out of the 11 listings that I currently have under contract and managing, 5 of them, 5 families, are selling their homes to move abroad. 5 out of the 11, so almost half. And every single one of those 5 homes are under contract for over $1 million. So that's telling me that the wealthy are leaving. Back in the day when I was closing over 120 transactions per month, I would maybe have 1 seller per year selling their home to move abroad. But to have 5 all at once and above the $1 million price point, this is North Carolina and South Carolina markets, okay? This is not California. This is North Carolina, South Carolina, okay? It's like, I'm not an economist, but this is like a red flashing light warning. I have never seen this in 15 years that I've been in the real estate industry. So, yeah. Just a little random factoid for you on this Wednesday morning.
Our ancestors gave up everything to come to America, and we're going to be the generation that gives up everything to leave America. I know I'm not speaking for everybody, but I know a large percentage of people right now are at least exploring the idea of leaving America because it's just not working out for them here anymore. Over just the past 5 or so years, like, my prospects of building a future here have just completely diminished. With inflation and the massive rise in cost of living, there is zero hope for saving any money. I keep a budget down to the penny, and when I tell you that if I have $17 left over at the end of the month in the green, like, that's a good month. And I live super frugally. I look for deals at the grocery store. I haven't bought name brand in so long. It is so rare that I even buy clothes that aren't like the bare essentials. I just don't feel like that's how life is supposed to be. And this is not what we were all promised. Now, this isn't just a USA problem. I think this is a worldwide problem. I think this is more of a capitalism problem than it is a USA problem. However, I feel like we're just too far gone here, and I want to try something different, as well as many other people. My girlfriend and I are moving abroad, and we don't think it's going to solve all of our problems. In fact, it's probably going to create new problems that we wouldn't even have known existed before moving abroad. It's okay to romanticize a little bit, but we understand this is going to be a big change. The way I see it, it's either stay here and live in a constant state of permanent, tolerable unhappiness, or move abroad, try something new. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, but I'll never know unless we try. And at the end of the day, that's really all we can do, and that's just try for a better life. And for some people like me, that means leaving the country and moving abroad. I would love to hear what everyone else is doing. Are you staying put? Are you going abroad? Let me know.
Americans leaving America to live the American dream. Are we Americans living the American dream? I see that a lot of people are leaving and going to different countries because they feel like the struggle is so bad in America. They indeed feel that we do have a lot of opportunities for education and stuff, but once we make a certain amount of money, it's like you're still only working to pay bills. Like, everything is so expensive, from the cable to the internet, the cars, where you live. And they feel like you can go to Thailand, Belize, all those different places, and live a simple life. So what's going on in America? Like, how are things so inexpensive in other countries? The rent is so high here, when they like the rent in those different countries are little as nothing. So y'all tell me, what's going on? How can things be so much different in price? Are we Americans living the American dream? And if not, why not? Like, what we need to do? Y'all leave in the comments and let me know.
We're getting ready to get the heck out of the United States, and this is our last day in Nashville. And over the weekend we had a goodbye party and say goodbye to all of our friends. And then today is the last day my daughter is going to see her best friend, and I said goodbye to her parents, and we love them so much. We've become such good friends with them, and it was so unbelievably hard. But they are such special people. They're planning to meet us in Portugal in the spring. And then also we're planning a Disney cruise in 2026. And I am just so grateful that they want to put an effort in to stay close with us. And then my son's best friend, I am like best friends with his mom. I love her so much. And we're planning to meet up. And she's planning to come to California while we're still there. And these people are so special. Like, having people that want to make the effort to stay in our life while we want to do something so crazy is like wild. And they are so supportive, and they're like, you guys are gonna have the best time, this is like something that's so special, and unbelievably supportive. So it is just so lovely to know that I don't have a lot of friends, but the ones I do sure do mean a lot to me, especially as an introvert. I don't let very many people in, and gosh, I'm just bawling my eyes out right now. I'm gonna miss them so much, so much. Oh, this is the hardest part. This is by far the hardest part about this, other than saying goodbye to these people. I am so freaking excited to get the heck out of here. Anyways, I need to pull myself together because I'm going to the dollar store to get road trip, like, goodies for my kids, some crayons and stuff like that to keep them occupied, because literally in the middle of the night we're gonna wake the kids up and we're gonna head to grandma's in California, and I cannot wait to get there too. It's such a mixed emotion saying goodbye to Nashville, which I love so much, and then going back to California where I grew up and my like best friends that I've known forever are there. It's just such emotions, so many emotions.
One thing that people don't really talk so much about is the impact of leaving a country that you have stayed for a very long time to another country. I think that's one thing that people don't really take time to really talk about, the emotions it brings. And sometimes when you are even in that other country, you still kind of miss the people, the everything, your way of life back home and all that. It's just one thing that people don't really talk about. I know a lot of people say, move abroad, pack your things and leave. Very nice. Okay. I'm much of a traveler. I love to travel. Okay, but that doesn't mean that sometimes I don't miss home. Sometimes you just want to go back home, eat the best meal because, for you, home is home, and somehow you always, find the best food back home. Okay, best everything back home. The prices might be different, things might just be different. And also, you're going to meet the friends that you have made in your former place, and now you're going to begin to make new friends and all that, which is not always easy because you're going to study the people, see their way of life before deciding to mingle with them. Yeah, this life is really not easy, but somehow you just have to move. Somebody said one time that home is where your heart is. And yes, home can be anywhere. And yeah, moving abroad can really be tough and it can tell on you for a while. Some people say give it 3 months, you just forget. But sometimes, even after a year, you still remember that you left somewhere, you left friends, you left family, you left a lot of things, you left your house just to come live abroad. It's not usually easy, and that's the truth. Well, a lot of Americans are actually leaving the US for different reasons. For some, it is lack of medical care. Some of them, I saw a video of a young man who was talking about how he has been scheduling doctor's appointment for months and not able to find one. I think I've shared that video before on this channel. So he was talking about how he has been trying to get a doctor's appointment and it's not been forthcoming. Most times his doctor is 3 hours away from him, and sometimes the doctor will be like he's occupied and he has to rebook, and yet getting a doctor's appointment becomes so hard. And he's like, you know what? I'm not going to stay in a country where it's not so easy for me to get a doctor's appointment. The best thing would be to leave the country. And yeah, the young man actually left the country. So it's not actually so easy for a lot of people. And for people who keep saying, oh, you can't be running away from home, let's stay here and fight. I think there's a video of a young lady who was asking, fight for what exactly? What are you fighting for? Are you going to fight for a system that breaks you, that does not let you even speak? Or you're going to fight for a system that you don't have control over? What exactly are you fighting for? Trust me, everywhere can be home for you. I've seen a lot of Americans who moved to Africa, like my country, Nigeria. There's a young man on YouTube who actually talks about his home in Nigeria. He is currently living in Nigeria comfortably. And to think that this guy didn't live in the big cities, he actually went to one of the villages to buy a big house, buy a land. I think he bought a house or he bought a land and built. Then he has a big land. He was just showcasing his landed properties and all that. And this is one place that everybody will keep telling you, don't go, don't go. But somebody is living in a village that is not even in a city. You see the irony of life. So a lot of people are moving to, different parts of the world right now, not just in Africa. I saw a couple who said they are moving to, I think, Thailand also. People are really moving, okay, for healthcare reasons, for the fact that, the whole ICE deportation and all that, people are really scared. Some brown people are like, you know what, we cannot take this so that we don't get separated as a family. I think the best thing would be to leave the US. If you don't want to go back to the country where we're coming from, probably just move to another country and start up life over there. And yeah, a lot of them are now moving to other countries, just so that their families doesn't get separated. And that can be the worst thing that can happen to anyone right now. So a lot of people are deciding to move. While other people, even if the immigration rates might not affect them, they just feel that some of the policies that are being passed right now is affecting their mental health. Most of the people I saw, talking about this whole moving abroad, most of them are talking about their mental health, how they feel so, so alone, so bad with all the things that is happening, the whole policies that is being passed, the executive orders, all of these things, including what ICE is doing to a lot of immigrants. Not a lot of people can really take the emotions in and sink it in and say, okay, maybe they voted for this and all that, even though those immigrants were even the one that voted, right? Not everyone can really sink it in. So a lot of people have decided, you know what, we can no longer stay here. They decided to move to other countries. Now, talk about standard of living. Okay, if you calculate the amount you pay for rent in the US and take that money to elsewhere, you'll be so shocked how much you really pay. I think there was a couple that shared how much they pay their rent. I think about 500 and something dollar for 2 bedroom per month, which you can never get in the US. And the lady was talking about how she ends up being, I think, close to 30,000 at the end of the year, but that she doesn't even go close to her salary is so enough for everything, and she still have savings. And when she was in the US, she never had savings for once, and that can really be depressing. Okay, so another person also shared the story where how he had to leave the US. He got a job in abroad and decided to move to that country, right? And now he's living so comfortably, while other people in the comment section were talking about how they are looking for remote job, and once they get one, they are ready to move. So it's very fun that some Americans are really not taking their time to move to other part of the world. Okay, and this make them feel that, okay, this is the best. Yes, home is always best, but when you move to other part of the world, you find out that actually better places, and way of life differs, everything differs, and the people also differs. Maybe learning people's culture, learning new language, or just trying to mingle with the locals will just change your mindset about a lot of things. Then I saw the comment section of so many people talking about how immediately they left the US, they healed from constant headache and constant mental health and all, just depression and so much things that, they were just filled up with. I've seen one YouTuber who's a Nigerian who was talking about how living abroad, she was always sick every other time. She was always feeling sick until one day she decided to leave abroad and move back to Nigeria. And all of a sudden, she said she has not fallen sick since she got back home. Okay, I don't know what it is, okay, because I've never been in the US. So I don't know what exactly it is. But whatever it is, okay, I think some people just need a fresh air, a breath of fresh air at some point in their life. So just take that time. If you need to move. If you need to just travel and come back, fine. Whatever you need to do to make sure that you get yourself back, please do it, because we need you more than any other thing. So just keep yourself sane and be okay. Yeah, you need to stay alive. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what your thoughts are. Will you be moving from the US? Will you be moving abroad? What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Please do subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. See you all next time. Bye, guys.